Today I'm going to do the 5 Tibetan rites. So the Tibetan rites is, yoga was developed in India, and then as it sort of started to get more popular and widespread, it sort of spread outside of India, ended up in Tibet. So when it gets to Tibet, the Tibetans think, okay, we like this yoga thing, but we can work out 5 practices out of this that if we do every day, and sometimes, you know, you can do this 2 or 3 times a day, depending on your level of practice. But we can do this once a day. This is going to be the fountain of youth. Now, the fountain of youth, I mean, come on, who doesn't want to know about the fountain of youth? So, the Tibetan rites. So, it's a practice that's about 2,500 years old, okay? And it's broken down into these 5 asanas. And each one, if they say that you do them all, then it will build a healthy, happy body and you can live a happy life. Again, who doesn't want to live in a happy body, having a happy life? I do. Okay, so what we'll do is I'll show you each one individually, but then you put them together as a sequence. You do one after another, but because I'm going to explain each one first and then we'll do it, we'll break it down into its individual pieces like that. So some people that you may know that used to do the Tibetan rites all the time was Bruce Forsyth. He used to do it every single day. He was like 92 and still tap dancing live on telly on Strictly Come Dancing. So maybe there's something in it. Okay, so now there's rules as well. God, is it endless this? Okay, so the rule is that you do them in sets of 7. So that means that you would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and then stop. If you did 8, you would then have to carry on until 14. So what you want to do is start with the 7, see how you're getting on with them, and then try and bring it to 14. And then really you're looking for around the 21 mark. If you can do 21 of each, you're in a pretty good place. Now I'm lucky enough that I've travelled quite a bit and I've actually seen the monks in Tibet doing this, and they'll go into like 70 or 140 of each round. I mean, they're really super disciplined in it. But start slow, start with your 7, and then if you're feeling good on them 7, then see if you can build it up to 14 and then, you know, and then 7 again. But see how you get along. Okay. Tibetan rite number 1. Okay, so I'll give you an option on this one because it's quite tricky. Okay, so the original version is the arms are out to the side like this and your feet are hip distance apart, and then you would spin from left to right 7 times. Okay, so if you're going to try this, be careful because you are going to be dizzy at the end of this. But this is kind of the point of it is that once you've done your 7, you kind of want to have your knees slightly bent, feet are hip distance apart, think like a boxer, and then your arms slightly out to the side for that balance, and then the eyes are closed. So what this is teaching us is that even though everything is spinning around, there's a place of stability in that, and just breathe and breathe until that starts to go away. And then it'll level out, and then it's 7 to the other side, because if you do 7 to one side, 7 in the opposite direction. Okay, so the option to that, what you would do is if you sort of have high blood pressure or you suffer from like dizziness or anything like that, would be you're just going to swing from side to side like this. So, and then if you use this part of the hand here, you just want to sort of hit yourself in the front of the shoulder, and if you leave your fingers open like that, you get this little click. So you just go on one side to the other like this. So 7 of them, I'm afraid, is not enough. So if you're going to do these, I'd say do 7 minutes. So the back hand is hitting you in the small of the back, and the front hand is hitting you in the shoulder. So you're just rocking from side to side like this. So you would do that for 7 minutes. Just opening up them energy channels there like that. But if you're going to do the full one, start with your arms out to the side, your legs are slightly bent, and when you're ready, 7 turns from left to the left. Okay, so go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come to the center, bend the knees, drop the weight into the feet, close your eyes, bring the hands out to the side and just connect with the breath. Nice big inhales and exhales. You will be dizzy, it will be spinning around, so just think, keep your balance, nice big deep breaths, and slowly, slowly, that'll just start to relax and it'll start to calm down again. It can be a little bit ooh, and it'll make you feel a bit anxious, but stick with the breath. The breath will get you through everything. And when you're ready, we come to the arms out to the side, and this time we're going to the right 7 times. So when you're ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Open the feet, bend the knees, drop the weight down, eyes are closed. Bring the hands out to the side so you feel balanced, and nice big breaths. So just keep that breath until that all calms down. Well, you can imagine what 21 of them is going to be like. You're going to be properly spinning out. So like I say, start nice and slow. Maybe don't have any sort of pointy objects around you like a fireplace. Maybe do it in the middle of the room. So if you do happen to have a little stumble because you're dizzy, you're not going to sort of fall into anything valuable. Okay? And that's Tibetan rite number 1. Okay, Tibetan rite number 2. So this one we're going to start in downward facing dog. So the hands are shoulder width apart, make sure the fingers are well spread, shoulders are back. Turn your toes under and come into your downward facing dog. Push the heels down, tummy is in, turn your tailbone up. Okay, so this is how it goes. You would inhale forward. You see how my arms stay straight. I don't bend my arms at all. So you inhale forward. As you exhale, you would lower the hips down to the floor. But you see how my chest is rolling through. My arms are staying straight. And then I inhale up. So I'm not turning the toes under. So it's not an upward facing dog. The toes stay tucked under. The hips come down, but the chest lifts. Squeeze your shoulder blade together as you inhale up. And then as you exhale, you come all the way back down to your downward facing dog. Okay, so we're going to go in that set of 7. So when you're ready, come into your downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, down to down dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower the hips, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Exhale, over the toes, down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, lift the head, look up. Exhale, over the toes, down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower the hips, squeeze your shoulder blades. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down dog. 3 more. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, lift the head and the chest. Exhale, over the toes. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, down dog. So last one. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, lift the head, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the floor, maybe come to a child pose. Have a little rest. And that is Tibetan rite number 2. Tibetan rite number 3. So we're going to start in staff pose, which is set up nice and tall, and then bring the hands back until they're underneath your shoulders. And this is how it works. So I'll show you the first one. On an inhale, you're going to push into the arms, straighten the arms, lift the hips, and exhale down. Okay? So that's how it is. If you think I'm pushing my big toes down towards the floor, kind of everything else has to follow that. Okay, so remember we're doing 7. So it's inhale up and exhale back down. Okay, so when you're ready, inhale, exhale, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. I think 2 more. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, and exhale down. Here she is. So, that's Tibetan rite number 3. Tibetan rite number 4. Okay, so this is quite a tough one, this, because it's starting to work into the core. So we're going to do this. We start lying down with the arms up and over the head like so. So you take an inhale, and as you exhale you bring the hands over, but you lift the legs and reach forward like this. Okay? And then inhale down, and that would be 1. So think you're not trying to do a sit-up where you're coming all the way up. You're just bringing the arms over, lifting the shoulders and reaching down towards the toes. So you're not thinking you're trying to get up. So it's, you would inhale and exhale as the arms come over, the legs come up, and you reach down like this. And then inhale down. So that would be 1. Okay, so get ready, feet together, reach the arms back, take a big inhale. As you exhale, bring the arms over, lift the head, reach down towards the back of the mat, lift the legs, and inhale back down. Exhale, arms over. Inhale. Exhale, number 3. Inhale down. Exhale, number 4. Inhale down. Exhale, number 5. Inhale. Exhale, number 6. Inhale. Exhale, last one. Inhale, open. Bring the arms over. Big breaths into the belly. And that's Tibetan rite number 4. Tibetan rite number 5. Okay, so number 5 is our camel pose. So you can have the toes tucked under like this, or you can have the toes flat like that. It kind of depends where you're at with your practice. So camel pose is quite an advanced pose. So things that you should think about while you're doing this pose is if you tip your tailbone forward, see how it just flattens out the lower back. But if I stick my tail out, I sink into the lower back. So I want to tip my tailbone under and lift my chest like this. Okay. So then if my hands are at the heart space, I tip my tailbone under, move my hips, lift my chest, draw my shoulders down the back. That's my back bend. I'm not trying to get a bigger back bend now. Any of the moving backwards comes from moving the legs. Okay, so I'll show you the first one. You tip the tailbone under, inhale, lift the chest, and then exhale, allow yourself to fold back. So you're folding from the knees, let the head hang back. If that's too much, you can bring the hands down onto the feet like this, and then lift the chest. Exhale, come forward. Okay, so that's one. So by the time you're getting up to like 5, 6, 7, you might be feeling this quite a bit. So you can always go to a child pose, which is down, just rest out, and then do the ones that you finished. But really, you know, build up to it. Okay, so toes are under or flat, whichever suits you. Hands are at the heart space. So tip the tailbone forward, inhale, lift the chest, roll the shoulders down. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, come forward. Then turn the tailbone under, lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, come up. Inhale, tailbone under, lift the chest, shoulders down, exhale back. Inhale up. Tailbone under, lift the chest, inhale. Exhale back. I think this is number 4. Inhale up. So tailbone under, inhale, lift the chest, exhale back. Number 5. Inhale up. Tailbone under, inhale, lift the chest, shoulders back. Exhale, number 6. Inhale up. Tailbone under, hips forward, lift the chest, last one. Exhale back. Inhale up, and this time exhale all the way forward into a child pose. Open the knees, let your belly relax between the legs. Your forehead come down to the floor, make a pillow feet with your hands. Big deep breaths. Coming up, and that's the 5 Tibetan rites. So there they are, the 5 Tibetan rites. Remember, start slow, bring them up in quantities of 7. So if you do 7 dead easy the first time, the next time try going to 14. Don't just push, because even though you think there's only 5 moves in there, they're all really physical, they're all quite difficult in their own way. They all require a focus and a strength and a balance in all of them. So I hope you enjoyed that, the 5 Tibetan rites. Take your time and you'll be great. Remember, the fountain of youth. Who doesn't want the fountain of youth? So thank you for all your likes. Thank you for all your kind comments and class suggestions. If you like the video, please hit like, subscribe. If you want to know when I'm posting any other videos, please just hit the bell and you'll get a notification. So, see you on the next video. Namaste.